All right, so I'm going to sell my Exxon stock, man. I'm going to take my 50% profit and move on. I'm not going to put an open order in tonight, a market order. I'll wait till the market's open tomorrow. I'll execute a market order. Just you never want to put in a market order in the night before. Trust me, I've learned the hard way. So I'll wait and make sure nothing crazy happens tonight. And when market's open, I'll go ahead and put an order in. I'll take my 50% gain. I'll pay a short-term capital gain and walk away. Why I'm doing that is actually quite simple. This right here. I tell you, man, I'm not sure. I'm thinking long and hard about how corporate America isn't the same as it used to be in terms of profitability, profit maximization. And I'm thinking about this. I'm trying not to let politics dictate my investments. I learned that under Obama. Thankfully, I didn't have any money then to have learned too much of a lesson. But these guys are not playing for profit maximization. They're playing for virtue signaling. And it's fascists, and the fascists lose. That's the thing. Fascism loses all the time. And fascism is you have a group of people running the show through the government, and the government's dictating to corporate America what to do, and corporate America follows suit. So you have profits to some regard, but it's not spread equally to shareholders. No way, because these rich guys, they don't care. They want power. They already got their money. Do you think they care if Exxon's return on equity is much? They don't care. They want to control. And this is what's happening here. And this is not just happening to Exxon. It's going to happen to Coke. It's happening to Disney. And I don't see how this is good for the long term of somewhat mixed economy that we have. Market capitalism is certainly not laissez-faire, but you have small businesses being thrown out of business because of the COVID shutdowns. You got woke CEOs and woke corporations being taken over the board of directors. Like Exxon's probably one of the last companies standing. And even they tried, but they failed. And I'm going to share with you why. It's, I don't know, man. I'm trying to, get out of this, but I'm like, this doesn't bode well. I'm telling you, man. It could be a quick and easy, maybe, but long-term damage can be done to one's portfolio if you're not careful. I'm dancing around this. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm thinking about this a lot. Now, I don't have $1,000,000. I'm telling you right now. But I got my money. And I still got some debt on this mortgage right here. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just like, what do you do? And I'm going to think this longer. I got some ideas on what to do to protect from the wokesters. Because we still got the banksters, the wokesters. They're all the same people, man. They're all the same people. They control things. But also, you got to remember, we've had 12 straight years of insane run-ups. The good times can't keep going on. And what happens was when people get, the feast and famine, it's not 7 years, apparently, it's 12 years. But when the people get fat and happy and lazy, famine settles in. And then we start going to woke stuff as opposed to, just good old-fashioned profit maximization for shareholders. So let me share with you from Zero Edge. Hold on a sec. Activist firm Engine Number One has won at least 2 seats on the Exxon board, following a multi-month battle over the oil giant's board of directors to change the company's path towards one centered around net zero carbon emissions by 2050 or sooner. But look, Engine Number One is an upstart hedge fund, owns a tiny 0.02% stake in Exxon. How did they get this tiny little company? Because they're not tiny. They're a part of the global cabal. How did they get to be 2 board of directors? Well, check this out. The fund was founded by veteran hedge fund investor Chris James. Interesting. They had gone on a blitz against the company in December to shift away from fossil fuels to a zero carbon world. So how did they get that? Okay, so that's great. So they got a veteran hedge fund manager. I get that. But they still only got a tiny stake in the company. So you want to see how this works? We're going to show you here right quick. Hold on just a second. According to Reuters, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, owns a 6.7% stake in Exxon and gave full support to Engine Number One's mission to force new change on the company's board. The activist fund won support from Legal & General, one of Exxon's top 20 investors. They also gained support from large pension funds You see what's happening here, don't you? It's a fascist takeover, man. Look, you got the big guys, the heavy hitters, putting their agendas on the corporations that we see throughout America that you've come to know and love and rely on. You really think you can make money going forward when this happens? En masse is happening. Engine number one, push to add 4 new members to Exxon board. A tally so far show the activist fund has won at least 2 seats, almost like stacking the Supreme Court. Wednesday's votes came during Exxon's annual shareholder meeting, where CEO Darren Woods responded to questions about Exxon's investments in carbon capture technology. They'll never be good enough. Exxon shares have collapsed over the last few years, but have doubled off the bottom of, like I said, I doubled my money there. This is Andrew Logan, a senior director for oil and gas at Ceres, which coordinates investor climate action. This is a landmark moment for Exxon and for the industry and will accelerate needed change in the sector. What is shocking is how a tiny upstart fund with a small position could gain enough woke support from top shareholders to force a change within the company. There's no going back to the Exxon of the old, nor should there be, said Mr. Logan. I tell you, man, this is gonna. How can I click on that? The comments, are they not down here? Oh, here we go. Exxon's going woke. Do not invest. Yeah, those who go woke go broke. See RDS for how to wreck a great company. I'm not sure what RDS is. All necessary goods and services are being withdrawn from humanity, supposedly for our own good. By 2030, we will own nothing, eat nothing, go nowhere, but be rapturously happy in our malnourished delusions. World Economic Forum. Time to short this sucker. If the company hires a woman CEO, short them. Thing works as well. Farewell, Exxon. I was happy to have sold you. If you truly care, okay. World Economic Forum actually public admitted that EVs are a total fraud in this expose. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Biden won. Okay, whatever. 2 directors is 1/6 of the 12-man board. Okay, but okay, right. But you know where this is going, right? 1/6. I mean, that's a good point. 2 directors is 1/6 of the 12-man board. Okay, time to dump Exxon. Maybe the ones say Dibby stonks are now betting going woke. Hybrid carbon is the most efficient and renewable battery has ever been produced. Exactly. It stores energy from the sun. Need more of it, plant more batteries in the ground, and they'll grow. Exactly. But the fact that Exxon even has to, so even if those 2 directors only 1/6, the fact that BlackRock, which owns 6.7% of the company. Now, what exactly does BlackRock do other than manage investments? They're voting your proxies. I mean, literally, they're voting your proxies. BlackRock doesn't actually own anything. They just vote your proxies because they're freaking investing in the TSP. They're investing in, the biggest, freaking just all over the place. And this is my concern, is that the investment world has gone woke, man. They really have. And it's all about climate change. It's some evil crap that's coming down the pike. And I'm just telling you, I sit there and I say, do I want to be part of this? You see what I'm saying? And look, man, I don't have any answers. I don't know. I'm thinking about this like, okay, what's the alternative? And I have some ideas. Which I'll share with you in coming days. But I just, you can't get, once you get soft, bad things come, and these companies are allowed to be soft on the shoulders of other people who dug the ditches and built the infrastructure. Now you get a bunch of woke hedge fund guys. It's just I tell you, man, we got to start doing something about these hedge funds because this is not good. Anyway, so I'm selling this sucker tomorrow, and we'll profit the money, and I got some thoughts on what I'm gonna do next. But I'll share with you that, and we'll see what happens. All right, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Thanks.